Alright, this is Mike Sorrell again for another tip with Countdown to Ultimate Holiday Fitness. Working out, you want to utilize as many muscle groups as you can per movement. What I mean by that is when you utilize your whole body to do a movement or to do an exercise, you burn more calories because your body's going to require more energy to create the movement. And again, it comes from calories. That's where energy comes from. Sugar, fat, protein. So, when you utilize more muscle groups, your body needs more energy, comes from calories, you burn more calories. Physiologically, simple as that. But what happens is a lot of people, they isolate their muscles way too much. Here at the studio, if you're training with us, you know Adina's boot camps, her private training sessions, my boot camp, my training sessions, we utilize, I would say 90% of our exercises utilize the whole body. Whole body when you're doing an exercise routine. And then the other 10%, yeah, you can isolate it. And there's a lot of trainers out there who say that every exercise you need to do whole body. That's fine too, but I have my own philosophy, so 10%, that should be okay. Nothing more than that. So you can work a little bit of abs, little core, little arms if you want to tone up some of those muscles, your butt, that's fine. But 90% of your exercises should require a whole body movement to do. And I'm going to show you guys an example of what you're doing, maybe some of you, and what you shouldn't be doing. Okay, here's an example. Go ahead and just get in a regular standing position. How many of you at the gym or even in your living room or your bedroom, you do this? Just do regular curls. Woo! Curls. You want to tone these muscles, right? Well, you know what? You can do 10 million of these a week, and you're not going to burn as many calories as if you were to include other exercises. And I'm going to show you in a minute. Why? Because when you're curling, you're basically just using this muscle, which is your bicep. Nice bicep, you know? Here. You're using this muscle, okay? And so, how many calories do you think this small muscle is going to require to do this movement? Not too much. And that's what happens. And you end up getting, you end up overusing this muscle because you do it so much, and so injuries can happen. But at the same time, you're not burning any calories because you're isolating this muscle. And it's very similar to, say, even like, go ahead and just get in a squat position like that, and you do rows. Okay? This is actually a little better doing rows because you're utilizing your shoulder, your bicep, and a little bit of your core. So that's fine. Just a little bit. However, now we're going to change this exercise with a curl with a squat. Go ahead and do a squat and a curl like that, or even the other way. So squat first, and then on the way up, curl like that. Okay? Squat, and on the way up, curl. You can either do it this way or the other way, like that, right? You see how many muscle groups you're utilizing? Now you're involving the whole body to create the movement. So you're using your legs, your glutes, your hamstrings, your core, your biceps. All those muscles combined, guess what? You're going to burn more calories. So a great tip is 10% of your workout should include some isolated movements, but majority of it should require the whole body to use. And it's the same thing with, say, crunches. Okay? You can do, again, 10 million crunches, but if you don't burn that layer of body fat over that, on top of that muscle, guess what? You're not going to see those. You're not going to see that muscle. If you don't burn calories, you're not going to see these muscles on your tricep. So you want to use exercises that will burn a lot of calories. Here's a great one for the core. Okay, get in a squat position, Adina. Hold the dumbbell like this, and just rotate left and right, like that. Good. This is a better exercise than crunches. A lot better. Because why? When you're in that squat position, you're utilizing your legs, you're burning calories, and when you're rotating like that, you're not just working on your abdominal muscles, you're working on your whole core, your lower back, your obliques, your abdominals, And holding those dumbbells, it works on the upper body. So, more muscle groups per exercise. More muscle groups, you burn more calories. Right, Dina?
Right.
And see, so that's what you need. You need to create exercises or do exercise that will burn more calories per movement. In an ideal world, if we had 4 hours to work out a day, 5 days a week, you're going to look great. But in our world, we only have 30, 40 minutes or even up to an hour, if that. So you want to make each minute count, and by using exercises or doing exercise that requires more muscle groups, it's a lot better for you. Okay, so that's tip number 2. We'll be back with tip number 3.